Team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports New York.
A team not expected to be here. The Long Beach Stingrays have dominated the first two games of the finals and are now just one game from celebrating a championship season. But tonight, the finals come to Patel Hall, where Columbus has lost only once all year. The defending champions face single elimination. It's do or die. Game 3 is next. They had to carry them to the top of the ABL for the last 2 seasons. All right, Don, thanks. We'll look forward to checking in with you at the half. Now for more on tonight's player matchups, let's join Tracy Warren and Debbie Antonelli.
Heather, thank you very much. You know, much of the focus for Long Beach has been on their front court, but it has been a backcourt bonanza. In fact, the sting from the Stingrays has come from 5'9" guard Beverly Williams, who has led her team in scoring in this championship series.
Yolanda Griffith and Venus Lacey have been dominant on the baseline all season long, but we knew that coming into this series. Long Beach has been the play of their perimeter, and Beverly Williams is answering the call. She can drain it from long range. She is great finisher on the break, and her penetration to the middle of the floor is killing the Columbus defense. Now, for Columbus to get back into this series, their quarter court defense has got to dictate the tempo defensively, and they've got to be aggressive with the basketball and getting to the free throw line.
Now, this day has been very lucky for the Columbus Quest. In fact, 1 year ago today, they captured the ABL championship right here on Battelle Hall. That's it courtside. Heather, back to you.
During the regular season, Columbus beat Long Beach by an average of 22 points per game. That's when Columbus All-Star Katie Smith was averaging 17. In Game 2 of the finals, Smith was held to a season-low 4 points. Can Smith and the Quest bounce back? Starting lineups and tip-offs are next.
Today, the new language of business is digital. Sharp speaks it fluently and can translate it in ways that make sense for you. Digital networkable copiers that can print, sort, and staple from your desktop PC means your work flows faster and more efficiently. And Sharp faxes with Super G3 technology simply means you'll do more in less time and save money. In this digital world, there's only one word you need to know: Sharp, translating the new language of business. A turn in the road. A
twist of fate.
Huge hands pulled me out.
And one,
Oh, please don't say fee fun fo fum.
very tall tale.
He's got fingers as big as pickles.
You have a nice appetite.
How many hot dogs did he have? 20 hot dogs. 20? I was on the phone for a minute.
Billy Crystal and George Murasan, My Giant.
Oh, it is like owning a St. Bernard.
Rated PG. At theaters Friday, March 27th.
The ABL Game of the Week is brought to you by Phoenix, the official insurance and investment advisor to the ABL. By Pantene Pro-V Shampoo and Pro-V Treatment Conditioner for hair so healthy, it shines. By Old Spice High Endurance Deodorant for long-lasting odor protection, now you've got proof, not promises. By Pert Plus, the shampoo that conditions too, for simply great hair. And by Reebok, proud to be a sponsor to the ABL in its second season.
We are inside Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio, where the Columbus Quest have a 21-game home win streak, but they trail in this ABL Championship Series 2 games to none against the Long Beach Stingrays. Tonight's starting lineup for the Columbus Quest, both Shannon Johnson and Katie Smith making their 96th consecutive start for the Columbus Quest. The All-Stars for the Long Beach Stingrays, it is Yolanda Griffith and Beverly Williams. Beverly Williams has really been the star of these first 2 games, leading her team in scoring and coming up with 2 key clutch games down the stretch in the postseason.
For Long Beach, it's everything they did in the first 2 games. They don't change very many things. They're going to come out aggressively in this first quarter and challenge and contest Columbus every possession.
Bill Stokes, Marla Denham, Larry Shepard, your officials. The Columbus Quest in their home white. The Long Beach Stingrays in their road blues. Yolanda Griffith and Valerie Still will jump it up for Game 3 of the ABL Championship. The Columbus Quest take control of the basket. Tanya Edwards running the point. Shannon Johnson to Andrea Lloyd. Lloyd a big 14 points in Game 2. Valerie Still going to work against Venus Lacey. Lacey with her first rebound of the game. Now, key to the Columbus Quest game plan was dictating tempo, Debbie, both on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Tracy, they have been the best team all season long, and the reason why is their defense. But Long Beach has been playing so effectively on the offensive end and being patient with the basketball and looking for a high percentage shot. Columbus has got to make them rush at the offensive end and get them in a hurry offensively.
Tanya Edwards, she has been the only starter in double-figure scoring for the Columbus Quest. Valerie Still in the Knicks jump ball situation. Possession arrow going to Long Beach. Now, Long Beach won Game 1, 65-62, a game they came from behind. In addition, they won Game 2, 71-61. They were also behind at the half for that game. Beverly Williams guarded by Tanya Edwards, one of the best defenders for this Columbus Quest team. Shot clock at 8. They try to get inside to Griffith, and we've got an offensive foul.
We have spent so much time in this series talking about how valuable that property is down on the block, and Yolanda Griffith and Valerie Still both want a piece of it. Both being very physical, and the play has been really physical. Much more physical than the regular season.
Edwards puts it on the floor. She's got range, 17-footer. Well, Tanya Edwards had 15 points, 5 rebounds in Game 2, and she has been one of the hotter players for the Columbus Quest. The first field goal of the game.
Look at Shannon Johnson putting a lot more pressure on the ball handler in the corner-court situation.
Griffith, guarded by Valerie Still. Shot clock is at 6. Good defense by the ABL's #1 defense, the Quest.
That's great post-to-post help. Look for Columbus to do a little bit more of that instead of relying on their guard so much to seek down into the paint.
Valerie Still to Lloyd. Lloyd floor. Another jump ball situation. Now turning the ball over really got to Brian Agler. He said, we've got to do less of that in game 3.
They have taken better care of the basketball than anyone else in the league, and credit Long Beach's defense, and Mara McHugh put together a pretty solid defensive play in the last 2 games. Columbus only scoring 62 and 61 points. They're a team that averages 80.
Still, and we've got a foul underneath. Foul is on Shannon Johnson, her first personal foul. It is the team's first. Griffith goes to the floor, dish to Davis Wrightsil, and a foul against Yolanda Griffith, her second personal foul.
Great help on the rotation to step in and draw the charge, and that gives Yolanda 2. Now, I don't think Mara McHugh necessarily needs to make a decision here with her experienced center, Yolanda Griffith. Got to leave her on the floor. She can play smart without picking up her third.
Smith off the dribble. Katie Smith still having trouble scoring, averaging just 7 points in this championship series. That is 10 below her average. Davis Wrightsil runs into traffic. Naj dishes out to Williams, and we've got a whistle before the shot. Foul is going to go against Tanya Edwards, her first, team second. The Long Beach Stingrays knew getting into their game plan quick was part of the scheme. They didn't want the shot clock violations that they had in games 1 and 2. Lacey can't get it to go. Rebound, Columbus Quest. Here comes Tanya Edwards. Edwards looking for some help. Edwards says, I'm all alone. I'm going to take it.
Well, you never leave the basketball defensively. You always stay on the ball, even though that's not the person that you're supposed to be guarding. In transition, you've got to pick up.
Naj has been relatively quiet. She's been in early foul trouble and is also playing with a head cold. Lisa Johnson has been substituting for Andrea Naj. Wrightsil runs into traffic, traveling violation. So, Debbie, the #1 defense in the ABL, the Columbus Quest, are playing like they're the #1 defense in the ABL.
Well, what Brian Adler is doing defensively with his club is the post people are helping each other out inside. It's not so much the perimeter people sagging into the lane. He said we've got to have more pressure on the basketball on the perimeter, and that's exactly what they're doing early on.
Sonja Tate checks into the basketball game for the Columbus Quest. Tanya Edwards, who is stretching her calves out on the sideline. Tate puts it on the ground, dish inside. Quickly, Long Beach is all over it. And another jump ball situation, possession arrow, Long Beach.
Probably a calf strain or maybe a cramp for Tanya Edwards.
Now, she had missed 6 games this year with an injury.
She had some foot problems, and she came back, but she made her first 2 shots. She got the only points for Columbus. They certainly need her back in the game.
Edwards had the stress fracture early on, but she's back and healthy. Here comes the Quest. Johnston tries to get it ahead to Tate. Tate runs out of room, and it's going to go to the Stingrays. And we've got a 20-second timeout for the Long Beach Stingrays. Stingrays yet to score a basket in this game, so Mara McHugh wants to talk some things over.
43 to 10. And let's sprint back and get messed up. Get pressure on the basketball. Don't let them settle into what they're doing down here. Let's go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Quest. Hey, get the ball reversed on the offense. Start spread. Get the ball reversed.
What's the press? Hey, what's the press? Press attack!
Take a look at the turnover situation for Long Beach. Already 5 turnovers in this game. Columbus, who is the best at turning the ball over the least, just 3.
Possession of the basketball is always crucial. Columbus coming out with some full court traffic.
Griffith, the dish to Davis Wrightsell, and Davis Wrightsell, her first field goal of the game. Tate remains in the game, and we've got a pushing match underneath between Andrea Naj and Shannon Johnson. Well, they said there was no love lost between these two teams, and right away, Johnson and Naj are going at it with Venus Lacey trying to talk to official Marla Denham.
It is physical off the basketball, and Shannon Johnson was trying to make a cut through the lane, and what Naj was doing was bumping her, not letting her cut. Just a little bit too aggressively, and she picks up the foul.
Officials are trying to calm both teams. It was a very heated battle in these first two games, Debbie. We saw a lot of bodies go flying, and both coaches say they are not surprised that it's been this physical in the championship series.
And yes, the players on both sides of the court, Tracy, and they both say that the game is even more physical now than it was in the regular season.
The ABL Defensive Player of the Year, Yolanda Griffith, with the steal, and it is Stingray basketball. Lacey inside. Lacey 5-footer. Ties the game at 4.
Lacey drawing an awful lot of traffic inside. Columbus trying to collapse and help, but Lacey just knocks down a good 5-footer. I think that's the toughest shot in basketball to make right there on the baseline.
Johnson guarded by Beverly Williams.
See the mismatch inside, Katie Smith and Naj, and Columbus did not recognize it. Turns the basketball over.
Traveling violation, the Columbus Quest. We got a break in the action. We're in game 3 of the ABL Championship Series. We are knotted at 4.
I think for real, I don't think she's taking this off. I think she's going for it.
Sylvia Crawley, this is history in the making. The first ever women's professional basketball dunk, and she's doing it blindfolded.
Hey, Edna, you there?
I'm here, Spencer. How you doing?
I'm great. Hey, you played in the dime with DMX?
I have, and it's great.
Can you feel that air moving, cushioning, stabilizing your feet?
Yeah, especially when I'm getting ready to steal the ball, and I have to be up on my toes and anticipate and ready to go in any direction. I feel it.
That air is there when you need it.
Definitely. The shoe feels
Wait a
comfortable.
minute. It's called the dime. It's my shoe.
Let's see what you've got. Bring it on.
I'm bringing it. Come on, Spence. You drive.
You can take my truck.
I'd like some information on the small business plan.
For PPO, IPA, HMO, and PCP, press 1. Wait 12 minutes, press 5. Leave a message and maybe we'll call you back. For things without initials, press 2. To speak to an operator, good luck. To find out about health care, call back between 1 and 2 Rocky Mountain time unless you need something immediately. Just hold on and somebody who really doesn't care will be with you within the hour with absolutely nothing to say, okay?
You run a small business. You don't have time for nonsense like this. At HIP, we understand the importance of efficient customer service. So we've introduced voice response that really responds. Humans are standing by too. We offer very affordable small business plans that let you choose any doctor anywhere. So call your broker or call this number. We'll send you a 10-minute prepaid long-distance calling card and our free brochure on small business health plans. This offer expires soon, so call now. We won't keep you hanging. So, where do you get your health care?
It's HIP.
Heather Cox back in Batile Hall. Well, when you look at the numbers, it's easy to see why Columbus is down 2 games. They just did not shoot the ball well from the field. But when you go a level deeper than that, it's all about free throws and the amount of times that you get to the line. Long Beach, especially in the second half, was able to get to the line a lot more often than Columbus. They need to work harder in their half-court offense rather than taking a shot off of the first or second pass. Columbus must break down the defense, get into the middle of the floor with the pass or the dribble, and penetrate, all of which should help them get to the line more often. Back to you, Tracy and Deb.
Heather, thanks very much. And Brian Agler said, yeah, we got to get to that line. We got to be aggressive and create opportunities for ourselves.
And that's off the dribble, or that's getting the ball to the paint off the pass. They've got to establish themselves on the interior, on the blocks, which they didn't do in the first 2 games.
Foul is on the Columbus Quest, Angie Ponoff, her first. It is team's third. Ponoff just checked into the game, the rookie out of Penn State University. Brian Agler said, Debbie, he's going to use his bench more, and Ponoff is a result of that. The first-round draft pick for the Columbus Quest.
Angie Ponoff is a player that has 6 fouls to use up, and in the physical play of this game and the style in which the series has begun, you've got to have people that can bang inside with a bigger front line of Long Beach.
Foul is on Katie Smith, her first personal foul. It sends Venus Lacey, who is shooting 96% from the charity stripe in the championship series. Talk about making the most of opportunities at the line. How about Lacey? 96%. There are her regular and postseason numbers.
Venus Lacey is playing very inspired basketball right now. Has really stepped up her all-around play.
And she has given the Stingrays their first lead of this game. Still, Lacey, good defense in the low post. Another scramble for the basketball. Jump ball situation. Possession arrow with the Columbus Quest.
We have had a lot of bodies hit the deck in this basketball game. Very physical out there. See, off the basketball, you see every cut being slammed in the lane.
Tate looking for some room. Off the dribble. Rebound, Yolanda Griffiths. She was number 2 in the ABL in rebounding this year. Davis Wrightstill tries to use the glass. Put back. Griffiths tries to save it. Out of bounds. Going to go to the Quest. And again, Brian Agler with the liberal substitution policy in Game 3. Andrea Lloyd back into the game for Angie Ponoff. Lloyd has been seeing a lot of time in this championship series, averaging 37 minutes a game. Edwards on the floor, the dish to Still. Good look by Edwards.
That's just a great job of penetrating the middle, drawing the help, and then finding the open player. Val Still slides into Edwards' vision.
So Edwards got both field goals and 1 assist. And Edwards with the box out and pushes it ahead to Lloyd.
Columbus just being sloppy right there with that transaction of the basketball.
Williams off the dribble. Crashing the boards is Davis Wrightstill, who is rejected. Quest have a 2-on-1. Lloyd and Still. Lloyd with the left-hander. Can't get it to go. Tate saves it. Edwards square. Stop. Pops.
Edwards on fire right now. Tanya Edwards is the offensive story, and she's not making the open jumper. She's finding the open player. And Long Beach is doing a great job of staying in this thing by getting on the offensive glass.
Naj goes backdoor to find Griffith. Griffith can't finish, and Tate comes up with the basketball.
Another offensive rebound for Long Beach. They're just not able to put it down.
Still trying to work under Griffith. This time she gets it to go.
Val Still is smart, using her veteran experience. She knows she can't shoot over him. She's got to go around him.
Well, Brian Agler said in order for us to win, Valerie Still and Tanya Edwards need to play well. They are the only 2 Quests who have scored so far. Tate inside to Still, and Valerie Still is fouled.
And this is what Mara McHugh can't have happen. Turn the ball over in a live situation and allow Columbus to transition from offense to defense so quickly. Tanya Edwards has been the offensive story in this game. Watch this pass right here. Draws 2 Long Beach defenders and then dishes inside to Valerie Still. Now that's a high percentage look, and that's the kind of penetration to the lane that Brian Agler is looking for his team to do in being aggressive with the basketball. The next time down the floor, she buries the tray from long range.
Foul is on Beverly Williams. Quest inbound the basketball quickly. Lloyd goes to work. Left-hander, Andrea Lloyd. Naj from three-point land. And the Long Beach Stingrays have been cold from three-point land, shooting just 26% off the miss, ball out of bounds, and it's going to go with the Quest.
Another rebound that Long Beach got their hands on. You've got to really box them out, push them out of the lane. With Lacey at 6'4" and Griffith at 6'4", they're so tall they just reach over the top and tip the ball backwards.
Potoff back into the game along with Latina Davis, who has checked in for the first time for the Quest. Davis off the dribble. Griffith and Potoff fighting for the rebound off the hands of Angie Potoff, and it's going to go to the Stingrays. Point. Trying to get some work done inside. Nisa Johnson in the game for the first time. She has been effective in game 2 with 11 points scored. Shannon Johnson off the dribble, takes to the air. Potoff out of bounds, and again to the Stingrays. Dictating the tempo is key for Columbus, Debbie, and they've done it here in the first quarter.
Absolutely, Tracy. It's been their defense. They're getting some live ball turnovers. They're just being very aggressive and pressuring the basketball. Look at Shannon Johnson right there. See that turnover right there? Shannon Johnson's pressure up front.
Edwards pushes it ahead to Potoff. Got room.
It's so hard to get back in transition defense when you turn it over against a club like Columbus that can so quickly transition from defense to offense.
Shot clock is off. That is the time remaining in the first quarter. Johnson loses the handle. Potoff has Shannon Johnson. And the Columbus Quest are going to take an 11-point lead into the second quarter. We got a break after 1 quarter of play. The Columbus Quest lead 17-6.
Hey, no, down here. Instead of running out for stamps, shouldn't you be running your business? Imagine a simpler way. Get the personal post office from Pitney Bowes. Send mail without ever going out for stamps. Just weigh, punch in the postage, and voila. Professionally metered mail and no wasted postage. You can also add a personal message to get your mail noticed. And postage refills by phone in 30 seconds, day or night. Now listen up, because here's what you'll get. Besides a lot more time.
You'll get the personal post office and money-saving electronic scale.
So there's no wasted postage.
For a 90-day free trial.
Free is good.
You'll also get the Mail Marketer software.
Create really nifty direct mail to help your business grow.
Call now for your 90-day free trial, and you'll also get our Mail Marketer software absolutely free.
Now watch your business grow. Hey, I look good in red.
Call now and get all this for a 90-day free trial.
The Personal Post Office. Mailing made simple.
Road and Track called a distinctively redesigned Mazda 626 the best-kept secret in its class. But when you have a car that's this striking, it's bound to attract a lot of attention. The all-new Mazda 626, complete with built-in zoom. See yourself in the Mazda 626 for only $219 a month.
The Mets are on Fox Sports New York. This high-rising club is making its move uptown. With a power surge sure to light up the Manhattan skyline and an outstanding infield of Alfonso, Olaru, and Ordonez.
Circle around that one.
They're giving these games some fun, city style. The Mets, all season long on Fox Sports New York. Home team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports New York.
Game 3 of the ABL Championship start of the second period. Columbus leading 17-6. Our next game on the ABL Championship, and this is, if necessary, Game 4 will be Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on Fox Sports Net. And Game 5, if necessary, will be Sunday at 7 o'clock. Check your local listings.
Columbus Columbus out in a flurry defensively. Check out this steal right here. Great rotation on the defense. Everybody's in sync, and then the live ball turnover gives Columbus a chance to transition the other way for an easy 2. Long Beach with 9 first-quarter turnovers.
Long Beach, an abysmal 15% from the field. How about that Columbus defense?
It's been the defense, Tracy, that's been the story in the first quarter. Now, what Long Beach is challenged to do here offensively is take care of the basketball and be more patient, like they were in the first 2 games.
A traveling violation against Shannon Johnson, so the Columbus Quest, another turnover, their 7th of the game. Now, they averaged just 15 in the regular season, so they are almost at the halfway point.
Long Beach has got so much size on the perimeter that they can throw over the top of that Columbus defense, but there's another steal.
Johnson, this just still, and it's not out of bounds. It's going to go with the Stingrays.
What great hustle by the ABL Defensive Player of the Year. Yolanda Griffith going after she turns it over, comes back and gets the ball knocked off the Columbus player so she can inbound it.
Another turnover for the Columbus Quest. But check that the Long Beach Stingrays ball goes to the Columbus Quest.
2 possessions for Long Beach and 2 turnovers. Mara McHugh's team has got to be patient. Look at those turnover numbers.
Smith has yet to score in this game. Still has room. Williams, weak side rebound. Dana Wilkerson into the game for the first time for Long Beach. Griffin in the Lacey, who just rips it out, but she can't convert. Now, it was Val Still who had trouble converting in game 2. Lacey having some of those same troubles here in game 3. Johnson, pump fake. The push to Lloyd, out of bounds.
Shannon Johnson last year led the league in 3-point shooting. She needs to let that thing fire. Let it go when she's that open from 3-point line. What she's trying to do is set Andrea Lloyd up for a 15-footer.
Sasha Tate into the game for Shannon Johnson, and Trish Stafford for the Long Beach Stingrays spells Yolanda Griffith. So now with Griffith out of the game, what's the offensive game plan for the Stingrays?
Get it inside to Venus Lacey down low. Long Beach has really gotten away from how solid and how balanced they were offensively in games 1 and 2. They need to take care of the basketball, be patient in their offense, and look to work it down low into the box to Lacey. Right now, they've got so much size on the perimeter, they can throw over the top of that Columbus pressure. And really what Mara McHugh has gone with now is her quicker, smaller lineup, her more defensive lineup.
Katie Smith off the dribble. That is her first field goal of the game. And now the 10 points Katie Smith had in game 1, all were layups. Mara McHugh said we have to contain her off the dribble. Stafford. She drives strong to the hole, and Trish Stafford is fouled.
So important for Katie Smith to get off the mark early in this game. She struggled offensively in this series, but her dribble penetration and her quickness gives her an advantage on the baseline, and she converts that for an easy layup.
Meanwhile, Katie Smith picked up her 2nd personal foul against Trish Stafford. Stafford, a 72% free throw shooter on the line. Brian Agler said, we won't bow down when we come into Battelle Hall tonight. We have yet to play Quest basketball in the championship series. Leading 19-8, you can see Quest basketball has overtaken Mara McHugh and company in the early going.
He just didn't feel like they play with a championship mentality. Long Beach had it in games 1 and 2. They played strong.
And Johnson strong to the hole, and she is fouled. Foul is going to go against Venus Lacey, her first, team 5th. And Shannon Johnson, a 79% free throw shooter on the line. Her scoring figures in game 2, she averages 11 points per game in the regular season, had 11 points in game 2. Yolanda Griffith back into the game for the Stingrays. And Trish Stafford will take a seat. Debbie, from an offensive standpoint, what does Shannon Johnson need to do a little bit more of for the Quest?
I think Shannon Johnson needs to look to shoot the three-pointer when it's open, and then after she can establish herself on the perimeter, her dribble penetration is very quick to the middle. Long Beach would have a tough time containing her if she became more multi-dimensional.
And that is the third personal foul on Katie Smith. Picked up against Yolanda Griffith. So Smith in early foul trouble. Now remember, she fouled out in game 2 with just 4 points and 3 rebounds.
She just doesn't get to the spot. That's not a smart foul by Katie Smith. She wasn't there to cut off the sideline. She doesn't need to get involved in that contact.
Johnson, Nisa off the dribble. Lloyd with the rebound, throws it away. Nisa Johnson saves it. Lacey going strong to the hole. Traveling violation. And Venus Lacey, the very emotional leader, going at Marla Denham, the official. Well, in Long Beach, she had the support of the crowd, but in Battelle Hall, it's a different story. She's a lone voice here. Johnson inside to Lloyd. Looks right, turns left, dishes. Valerie still with the runner. And Yolanda Griffith comes down with the basketball. We've got a foul.
Columbus looking to take it right to Yolanda Griffith, trying to pick up that third foul. She's such a great shot blocker and alters shots in the paint.
Foul is against Valerie Still, her first. It is a Columbus Quest 7th team foul, so Yolanda Griffith will go to the line. The Stingrays have their work cut out for them. Never has a Western Conference team come into Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio, and beaten the Columbus Quest. Marv McHugh said, I'm going to prepare my team for a very, very loud, boisterous atmosphere.
Columbus's margin of victory over Long Beach in the 4 games in the regular season was 22.5 points, but you throw those records out when it gets to the level of play that's as intense as these two teams have experienced over the course of the last week. And Marv McHugh knew that the crowd would be a factor for Columbus because they play very well here at home.
Sandra Tate checks back into the game as Katie Smith looks on with 3 personal fouls and just 2 points. Tate replaces Tracy Thurgill. Lloyd keeps her dribble alive. Johnson, the quick step to the hole.
That's explosive right there. There's Shannon Johnson on the baseline. Too quick for the help to rotate.
With Katie Smith, Shannon Johnson making her 96th consecutive start, part of the Iron Women of the ABL. Beverly Williams finds Lacey. Good hesitation by Venus Lacey.
You can't stop Venus Lacey when she catches it that deep on the blocks. You've got to pressure the ball handler, not allowed to enter in there that easily.
Still double team. She's going to try it again. Dishes to Tate, who throws it to Lloyd. Good ball distribution. 4 points now for Lloyd, the 32-year-old out of the University of Texas. And a traveling violation.
Here's the last basket by Columbus. Look at the ball handling. A little touch pass inside. Lloyd finishing strong off the glass.
The Long Beach Stingrays call a timeout. We've got a break. Columbus Quest leading in game 3, 25-11.
At the Phoenix, we developed our fiscal fitness program because we know that your priorities shift during your lifetime. Sometimes you need more insurance. Sometimes you need more investments. We can help you focus your financial picture so you always have the right combination of insurance and investments, no matter where life's journey takes you. Phoenix, insurance and investments.
She'd sneak in, lock the door, and would not come out. What was she doing in there? Was this some kind of phase? I thought, I'd better call somebody. They were very sympathetic. And before I knew it, I was approved for a second bathroom. Still, I'd love to know what was going on in there.
For your one-to-one solution, call us. Bank One-to-One.
Well, there was one year where I almost lost the entire backyard to crabgrass, and I vowed that would never happen again. The following year, I did use Turf Builder plus Halts. It not only got rid of the crabgrass, but it also greened up the lawn and thickened it. I used the cheaper brands, but I didn't have the color that I wanted, and I did have the weeds. Look how thick it is. Look at the color of it. There are no weeds. I take the credit instead of Scott's. I call it Louis Lawn. I'm very proud of the results that I get from Scott's. And there will be no crabgrass.
Stop! Stop! We need... Okay? Let's go! We're not getting any calls. We gotta play stop. We got... Let's get in there, baby. Okay? Our defense is just too soft now. We gotta really pick up the heat on defense. Right now, let's go search and disguise it. And I'm telling you...
There's the trap that Marvin Q wanted out of that possession.
She said we need defensive stops. We can't be soft. And they got one there.
Marvin Q selectively uses that trapping half-court defense, usually coming out of Columbus timeouts, and that time it paid off for her.
Debbie, how about the shooting for the Stingrays? Just 18% so far.
They're just not executing offensively. They're not being patient with the basketball, looking to get shots in the offense that they want.
And what would be the offense that they want?
Baseline, they want to get the ball down on the box. They got Yolanda Griffith and Venus Lacey in the basketball game together. That's a great high-low look for them that was very effective in games 1 and 2.
Foul is on Tanya Edwards. Her second personal foul. Beverly Williams on the line. Williams part of that Texas tandem for the Long Beach Stingrays. She and Clarissa Davis-Wright-Still both went to the University of Texas. And both have that championship flavor, having played on a national championship team at the University of Texas.
Andrea Lloyd was a teammate with Bev Williams and Clarissa Davis at Texas. 1986 when they won that. Undefeated.
The spacing for the Quest offense. Trying to create opportunities. Tate runs in the traffic. Williams, she says, I turned it up a notch in the postseason. Lacey, big arc on the ball. Williams, rebound, put back. Lloyd runs it down. And we've got a reach-in foul against Beverly Williams.
That's not the kind of foul that Beverly Williams wants to pick up. You know, we just heard Mara McHugh in a timeout tell her team they're playing too soft. Get a little tighter on the Columbus perimeter. Get up close. Get a little tougher. She didn't want that foul, though.
Latina Davis in for Sanja Tate, and that was Williams' second personal foul. Lloyd finds some room inside. Tanya Edwards just getting pushed around on the low blocks. Lloyd off the dribble.
Andrea Lloyd's versatility right there off the dribble at 6'2", loves to play on the perimeter and can face up to the basket.
She has said she may retire at the end of this season at 32 years old. Andrea Lloyd has won a championship at every level.
12 years of professional basketball experience. There's good hands right there by Latina Davis knocking that ball free.
Tracy Thurgill, the 5'11" forward out of Portland, Oregon, back to the game. She'll spell Tanya Edwards.
Look at Andrea Lloyd, got the mismatch. Nisa Johnson on her. Good job just knocking down a 15-footer.
Nisa Johnson, quick hitter to Beverly Williams, and Williams is quickly fouled. That's one way to get Columbus in foul trouble.
Beverly Williams has been so good off the dribble in this series. Her penetration to the middle of the floor has been deadly for Columbus.
Foul is on Shannon Johnson, her second. And Beverly Williams on the line. The Long Beach Stingrays have shot 74% from the charity stripe in the regular season. In the postseason, they have upped that to 81%. Making the most of opportunities is what Mara McHugh said. The Quest lead is at 12. Out of the hands of Shannon Johnson, turnover. And Brian Agler wants a 20-second timeout. This has just gotten too sloppy for Coach Agler. We are there when you're looking for the stories, all the sports inside and out. Fox Sports News, tonight at 10. Check your local listings.
Because once the ball goes there, the other guard feels out. The post will be open too if you don't have a shot. Okay? Let's go now. When you pass, down 31.
Mara McHugh trying to fire up the troops. They trail by 12, but it was Brian Agler who called a 20-second timeout. Debbie, what do you think his thought process is?
I think he was very upset with the turnover the last time down the floor. He didn't like the fact that Shannon Johnson was sloppy with the basketball. Now he's going to challenge his team defensively to step it up. They've had great pressure on the perimeter in this first half.
Lisa Johnson, she was so effective in game 2. 11 points for the Stingrays. Finds Lacey all alone. Somebody fell asleep.
That's the kind of execution Mara McHugh was looking for offensively. Much better patience and much better job of running their sets to get a good look.
Long Beach says sometimes we get in such a hole we have to dig ourselves out of it. We don't want to do that all game, and they're making the charge right now. Shot clock is at 10. Still left-handed, tries to go baseline, finds Tate, who somehow gets off a shot. Third Gill runs it down, saves it to Andrea Lloyd. And Lloyd can run the point. She has great ball handling skills.
Tracy Thurgill on the floor for defensive purposes.
Tate inside, Lloyd, left-hander, still with the rebound, has it blocked big time by Nisa Johnson. Stolen from Beverly Williams by Sanja Tate.
No communication by Long Beach to let Beverly know that Tate was sneaking up her back.
And a reach-in foul against Beverly Williams. She was just in the pocket of Tanya Edwards.
Long Beach looks a little fatigued to me. The way they're reaching defensively, they're not moving their feet. Columbus has been strong off the dribble. At the offensive end has definitely been the aggressor.
The third personal foul for Beverly Williams, so she will sit on the bench with 4 points. Andrea Naj checks back into the game. Tanya Edwards, the 5'10 guard out of Flint, Michigan. An 84% free throw shooter on the line. Well, they call her Ice Debbie, but she has been very heated from the field. She's the only starter for the Columbus Quest to average double-figure scoring in this championship series.
She has stepped up her level of play like a veteran. Been in a lot of big game environments before.
Stingrays looking to push the basketball.
Long Beach getting ball reversal on that possession, and then they get the penetration and the foul. Much more patience offensively. When they take the ball all the way to the baseline, they can flatten out the Columbus defense. And when they do that, the top of the key area is open, particularly on ball reversal. And against an over-aggressive, gambling defensive team, you want to pass the basketball.
Sanja Tate picks up her first personal foul. She goes to the bench. Latina Davis checks in with Nisa Johnson on the line. Nisa Johnson traded from the Atlanta Glory in mid-January, and this trade has really worked to her favor. More playing time, and has really made an impact in the playoffs. Lloyd to Edwards. Shannon Johnson guarded by Andrea Nod. They are pushing and shoving each other, Debbie. The little bumps that you're seeing between the 2 point guards.
It's tough. When you're going to cut through the lane, you're going to get bodied, you're going to get slammed, and that's exactly what both teams are doing. Just Andrea Naj is doing a little bit harder on Shannon Johnson and picking up a couple fouls. Both the fouls on Naj have been off the basketball.
Shannon Johnson, 79% from the charity stripe. She is the University of South Carolina's second all-time leading scorer, a three-time All-SEC.
Shannon Johnson's the kind of player that didn't play with an awful lot of talent at the University of South Carolina, but she is surrounded by it here in Columbus, and that has elevated her play and made her, some say, one of the best point guards in this league.
Whitesill has it blocked by Lloyd, and Lloyd will pick up her first personal foul. The Columbus Quest, we talked to Andrea Lloyd before the game, Debbie, and she said, we underestimated Long Beach in the first two games. We didn't know how aggressive they would be. We needed to match their intensity coming into game 3.
Well, they've definitely done that here tonight. But in games 1 and 2 in Long Beach, that home crowd was terrific for Long Beach and really played a factor in their level of intensity. Columbus did not step up and match that, but they certainly have here set the tone with their defense.
Clarissa Davis-Wrightsell, 1 of 2. She now has 3 points in this game. Columbus with a 30-20 lead.
Because of Najah's foul trouble, she's now switched off of Johnson, and she's on Latina Davis, who's not as much a threat offensively on the dribble.
Shannon Johnson guarded by Nisa Johnson. Tanya Edwards is stripped as she tries to go down the lane. Naj looking to push it up the floor. Davis-Wrightsell. Lacey with the rebound has it blocked. And Andrea Lloyd is going to pick up her second personal foul.
You know, last time down the floor for Columbus offensively, they got very stationary in their offense. So when Tanya Edwards penetrated to the lane, there was no open outlets to get the ball to a receiver. Come down the other end, and it's offensive rebounding for Long Beach, which has been a big part of their game plan. Always, they're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. Columbus is letting Long Beach get to the line too much as well. Another thing Brian Adler was very concerned about in the first 2 games of the series. When you looked at the numbers, you could definitely see by free throws and by rebounding that Long Beach was a much more aggressive team.
Well, Venus Lacey got in early foul trouble in game 2, sat for a long duration, and Mara McHugh said if there's anything positive to come of that, she's fresh for game 3.
Venus has got some bummed up knees, that's for sure, and at 6'4", she's had to play a very vital role in this series. Part of the most dominant front line in the league, her and Yolanda Griffith.
Johnson, rebound Columbus. Edwards kicks it back out to Latina Davis. Andrea Lloyd saves it, and the Quest will reset their offense. It is those long rebounds that Columbus is taking advantage of.
When you shoot the long-range shot, you know it's going to come out long.
Johnson, backdoor, can't convert. Lisa Johnson to Andrea Naj. Davis-Wrightsell and Shannon Johnson. A 1-against-3. She's going to thread the needle as it blocked by Nisa Johnson, who again is going to push it up the floor. 3-on-3. Spins, dishes, Davis-Wrightsell. Griffith with the putback. How's that for teamwork?
Long Beach got this thing down to 6 points now. They've done a wonderful job on the offensive glass. Columbus has got to make better decisions offensively.
That was the first field goal for Yolanda Griffith, the leading scorer for the Stingrays. Foul was on Andrea Naj. Her 3rd personal foul. So Dana Wilkerson will come into the game and relieve Andrea Naj. Cass Bauer also checks into the game for the Stingrays. And Sandra Tate in for Columbus to spell Latina Davis. Tanya Edwards played at the University of Tennessee, was the 1987 MVP of the Final Four, won 2 national titles at Tennessee. Let's send it over to Heather Cox for a look at what's coming up at the half. Heather?
Be sure to stay with us at the half. We'll talk to Olympian Dawn Staley. Also, Valerie Still discusses life as a professional athlete. And as always, Tracy and Debbie will break down the first half of action and this turnaround we've seen by Columbus.
Edwards now in double figures. She's got 10. Under a half minute to go here in the first half of Game 3 of the ABL Championship.
There's the full court pressure by Columbus and great rotation by Lloyd.
To Tate, to Still.
With Andre Naj out of the basketball game, Brian Agler throws on the full court trapping defense. Wilkerson having trouble handling it, and Mara McHugh calls the timeout to set up the last play offensively.
Well, Brian Agler said, we are not going to bow down, not in Battelle Hall. We are going to turn it up, and we are going to play fearless Quest basketball.
Look at the rotation right here. There's the trap. Watch Andrea Lloyd come into your screen. She reads it perfectly. Wilkerson throws a long, lofty pass. Takes too much time to get there. Columbus is so good at turning transition points or defensive steals into transition buckets.
Get your composure when you're in there. Take control of the situation. Now listen, we don't want to put them on the free throw line right here. You understand that? We don't want to put them on the free throw line. 10 seconds left. We got to get a stop. We're going 40 to 10. 40 to 10. If they go 4 across. Remember, we're running this way. Both players stay in until the ball's passed. Then we rotate. Keep the ball in front of you. Take the charge. Let's go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Quest.
Brian Agler has 10 seconds in which to play Columbus Quest defense.
The bodies down here and it's trembling.
Mara McHugh trying to go in.
But we get bodied up down
to
here.
The half, with perhaps just trailing by single digits.
All night. Just because we're aggressive, it's going to
Brian Agler getting a chance to get a talk with Marla Denham, the trailing official, coming out of the timeout. Look at the points in the paint. Columbus definitely getting some high percentage looks off their defense.
10 seconds to go in the half. Nisa Johnson with the basketball. Kicks it out to the side. Wilkerson to Davis, right sill. And for the third straight game, the Columbus Quest will take a lead into the half. We're at halftime of Game 3 of the ABL Championship. The Columbus Quest leading the Long Beach Stingrays 34 to 24.
Shatter the time barrier with TimeWorks from Quantum Fitness, a revolutionary approach to fitness that gives you 3 separate workouts, more than an hour's worth of exercise, all in just 4 minutes a day. So now you can burn calories and build a strong heart and lungs. Sculpt shapelier, sexier thighs, firm and toned rock-hard abs. Work the muscles of your back, arms, and chest, and stimulate flexibility, all in just 4 minutes a day. And now you can shatter the time barrier for 0 down and as little as $59.90 per month. Plus, call in the next 9 minutes and find out how you can save $100 off the regular price. That's right, save $100. But you must call in the next 9 minutes. Try TimeWorks risk-free for a full 30 days. Experience 4-minute fitness for yourself. Now just 0 down and as little as $59.90 per month. Shatter the time barrier with TimeWorks from Quantum Fitness, the 4-minute fitness machine.
Well, it seems since MCI's arrival, everyone's lives have become easier. Why, just the other day, I saw our telecom manager smile for the first time in I don't know how long. And because we've combined all our communications with MCI, we've saved the company a lot of money, making even our normally subdued CFO somewhat happier. Life is good.
Fox Sports News. We are there. Weekdays 6 to 8.
Back inside Battelle Hall, the Columbus Quest up by 10. What a difference the home court makes. Hello again, everybody. I'm Heather Cox. Thanks for for joining us at the half. Again, joined by 96 Olympian and ABL co-founder Don Staley. Don, amazing. We have seen vintage Columbus defense holding Long Beach to around 20% from the field.
Well, Columbus is playing a defense that got them here for the second straight year. They're doing things that disruptive to Long Beach, and they're causing Long Beach to play faster than they're usually used to playing, and it's working. They get some easy baskets, and they're doing a better job with being more aggressive, and, you know, they should have been doing this since the first two games. I think it would have been, you know, a much different state.
And it seems to me the difference between the first two games and this first half is Columbus's half-court offense finally getting to rhythm. What are they doing right?
Well, actually, they're being more patient with the ball, and they're doing a great job of hitting the open man. They're playing very unselfishly, and those are the things that you must do in these type of basketball games.
All right, looking ahead to the second half, what can Long Beach do to get back into this?
Patience is a virtue. Long Beach has to be very patient with the ball. Venus Lakes is very effective in the paint, so they must, you know, work the ball around the perimeter and hopefully get that ball inside the Venus.
All right, Don, thanks so much. Long Beach certainly hoping to get back to form of the first two games. The difference was those two games were in Long Beach. Well, if Columbus can hang on and win, Fox Sports Net's exclusive coverage of the ABL Championship will continue from Columbus for Game 4 and Game 5 if necessary. Live coverage continues Friday night, Game 4 from Battelle Hall at 7 o'clock Eastern. And when we come back, the Quest Valerie Still discusses the many hats she wears as wife, mother, and pro athlete. This is the ABL Finals on Fox Sports Net.
When you watch the ABL, you're watching real basketball. And for real basketball clothing, caps, and balls, you want the goods. The goods are the official gear of the ABL. This means replica jerseys and tearaway pants, t-shirts and sweatshirts, caps and basketballs, flannel boxers, tops, and pants, denim shirts, pullover jackets, and much more. To place an order or get your copy of the goods catalog, call this toll-free number. You'll look great when we get the goods on you.
The Columbus Quest shooting 41% from the field. They are up by 10 at the half. Well, the Columbus Quest Valerie Still is the all-time leading scorer at the University of Kentucky, man or woman. She was also the most valuable player of last year's championship series. But in tonight's Reebok Fast Break, Valerie Still realizes that there's more to life than being a professional athlete.
Is my number one priority, and I had decided to quit because it was so hard last year, and I thought I was taken away from him. And this year I even find myself sometimes questioning, you know, whether I'm spending enough time. He's with us on road, well, not on all road trips, but on when we go away for over 2 days, Aaron's going to be there. When the team picked me up last year, I was breastfeeding still, so I had to take him with us wherever we went, and then of course, every now and then we'd have somebody that would have to hold him for a little while, or slip him some candy and that kind of thing. So they do that this year too. He was sick the other night because they had given him popcorn, and no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we've got a lot of babysitters on this team. It's really difficult, but I try to realize which is more important, and I think Aaron's way more important than my basketball. That's not taking away from the team or what we're after, our goals on the basketball court, but he's real important. I think the coach understood that too and understands it now when when I'm comfortable with everything going on at home, then I play better, and that's where my priorities are with Aaron. But when I was growing up, I didn't have a female athlete to look to. I looked at my mom as a positive role model, and I think that's where it has to come from, family. You know, there was a big controversy over Charles Barkley a couple years saying that, you know, athletes shouldn't be role models. And I tend to agree with him because all we do is play basketball or you know, we can jump high, run faster, but are those points for being a role model? And I think it's important that grown-ups, parents and teachers and doctors and all that, those kind of people are positive role models for our kids. I think Aaron will be a better man when he grows up because his mom was so independent and taught him the right things. He'll respect women, and so I think we not only have a positive influence on little girls, but on little boys too. Where's your nose? There's your nose. But, you know, when I have a bad night, Aaron doesn't care. I come home and he's happy to see me. You know, the coach might have, you know, fussed at me and got on me, and you know, my teammates might be upset with me, and I may be tired out, and I'll come home, he may be sleeping, I'll go in and check him out, and that, you know, that puts everything in perspective. It's not and that's not saying that I don't want to win, but he puts everything in perspective for me.
Valerie still in Columbus. They're just 20 minutes away from keeping the series alive. And when we return, Tracy and Debbie will review all the action of the first half. Right now, Columbus up by 10.
The net is your engine. The puck is friction. And we're the guy with the mask and big pads. Introducing 3 new high-tech synthetic oils from Quaker State. Specially formulated for the vehicle you drive and the way you drive it. For superior engine protection. Quaker State, official protector of the NHL.
Now at 8 auto stores, get cool NHL stuff when you buy Quaker State. See Quaker State NHL Cool Collectibles catalog for details.
History-making moments happen at Madison Square Garden. Now you can own unforgettable garden memories. From the fight of the century to the '73 Knicks championship and the newest sensation, the New York Liberty. The style, the spirit, the glory, the Madison Square Garden collection. One of a kind or limited editions. Unique, timeless, treasured additions to any collection, reflecting moments forever etched in our minds from the world's most famous arena. And of course, they're authentic, with garden guarantee. The Madison Square Garden Collection. Garden memories you can own forever. Call 201-784-9600 for a free catalog or for more information. The Madison Square Garden Collection. Truly rare memorabilia straight from the garden.
We're at halftime of Game 3 of the ABL Championship. The Columbus Quest leading the Long Beach Stingrays 34-24. Happy to have you with us, everyone. I'm Tracy Warren, along with Debbie Antonelli. And Debbie, the Columbus Quest are #1 in the ABL in defense. Have been all season, and finally here in Game 3, they are playing like they're #1 in defense.
We'll absolutely start to see them dictate the tempo with their D. That's what we talked about at the beginning of the game. And they're coming up with steals. They're getting some live ball turnover situations, and those are easy bucket opportunities the other way. For Columbus, Andrea Lloyd, coming off the dribble, makes a good move to the middle of the paint. And when you can penetrate the middle of the floor, you can make good things happen for your club. She knocks down a 15-footer. And then for Long Beach, Yolanda Griffith on the baseline. We know how tough and how talented she is inside. But Long Beach doing a great job on the offensive boards, like usual. And Yolanda Griffith scores off the glass.
Take a look at the first half stats. A lot of turnovers in this first half, and the field goal shooting, well, it has been doggone bad. Let's hope the second half shooting gets better. We are headed to the second half of Game 3 of the ABL Championship from Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Stick with us.
Well, there was one year where I almost lost the entire backyard to crabgrass, and I vowed that would never happen again. The The following year, I did use Turf Builder plus Halts. It not only got rid of the crabgrass, but it also greened up the lawn and thickened it. I used the cheaper brands, but I didn't have the color that I wanted, and I did have the weeds. Look how thick it is. Look at the color of it. There are no weeds. I take the credit instead of Scott's. I call it Luby Lawn. I'm very proud of the results that I get from Scott's. And there will be no crabgrass.
Chalk 1 on the blank line.
This is for Coach Brannigan, who kept me in that game. And for all the kids who voted for me. For my family, who said there isn't anything I can't do. Myself, who believes in me.
Myrtle Beach Jet Express, #1 to the great golf and family fun of Myrtle Beach. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly from Newark from only $79. And now fly from JFK from only $79 with flights operated by TWA. Non-stop to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Myrtle Beach Jet Express, New York's favorite way to fly to Myrtle Beach. Ask about our golf and family vacation packages too. Non-stop from New York to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Only with Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON today.
Columbus leading by 10 to start the third quarter. Now, if they win this game 3, they will force a game 4 here at Patel Hall on Friday night. Leading scorers for both teams, it is Venus Lacey in double figures for the Long Beach Stingrays. Beverly Williams just 4. Tanya Edwards in double figures for the Columbus Quest. Debbie, we should mention absent from the leading scorers, Katie Smith, the leading scorer for the Columbus Quest, just 2 points in the first half. Yolanda Griffith, the leading scorer for the Stingrays, just 3 points in the first half.
Well, Katie Smith with foul trouble had to sit most of the second quarter, picking up that third foul.
Naj running the point to Davis Wrightsill off the screen. Beverly Williams with the rebound and the putback. So Williams goes right to work. She now has 6.
Long Beach sent 4 players to the offensive glass in that possession.
Katie Smith finally gets an open look. Venus Lacey with the rebound. And here comes the charge of the Long Beach Stingrays. Crossover dribble, Wrightsill. Shannon Johnson, the team's second leading rebounder, with the grab. Ahead to Still. She's got the foot speed against Venus Lacey. Edwards guarded by Williams. Outside to Katie Smith. Good ball movement inside. Still loses a handle on it. Another turnover for the Quest. So quickly, Mara McHugh goes right to her bench, makes the substitution. Lisa Johnson checks into the game for Clarissa Davis-Wrightsill. What's Mara got to be thinking in the early going, Debbie?
She wants to run her offense and be patient. She's got to be thinking that she's pleased with the way her team has settled down in that first possession, getting on the offensive boards, but they've got to get a ball reversal against this Columbus defense. Then they got to look inside on the box.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson thought about it. Instead, it's going to go ahead to Griffith, who backs herself right off the playing court.
Yolanda Griffith is below the box when that high lob comes inside. There's nowhere for her to go with it, even if she caught it. Even as good an athlete as Yolanda is, to go up and catch that, there's no place for her to go. Turnovers have just hurt both teams.
You said it was a very ugly first half, and it was really shown. The shooting percentages for both teams really very low, just 20% for Long Beach in the first half. Shot clock at 1 for Columbus. Shot clock violation. Well, we saw that happen a couple of times in game 2. Brian Aguilar was very disgusted, but you got to credit the Stingray defense for putting the clamps on. And we've got a whistle away from the ball, a shoving foul against Valerie Still. And right away, Still and Yolanda Griffith, even without the ball in play, are pushing each other.
It's very physical off the basketball.
Lacey.
Great steal. Just great job of fronting the post by Andrea Lyden, moving her feet.
Brian Agler says, I know Andrea has been scoring. I want her to do even more. And Johnson off the dribble. 10 points now for the guard they call Pee Wee.
When you can get the ball to the middle of the floor against this Long Beach defense, you're going to be able to create opportunities to score.
Lisa Johnson puts it on the floor, and she is fouled by Tanya Edwards.
That's a quick foul for Tanya Edwards as well. Gives her 3.
Third personal foul for the 5'10 guard out of Flint, Michigan. And Edwards has been the firepower for the Quest offensively with 10 points so far. She doesn't want to be getting into any kind of foul trouble. Williams tries to go back to her second time in a row, Debbie, that the Stingrays haven't been able to make that Griffith connection.
Well, they've got to let Yolanda get a chance to get in position to receive the pass. Plus, she is so far below the box right now that even when she catches the ball, she's going to be below or behind the backboard. And that's not a good position offensively. You want to be able to use the glass down there.
Lloyd from 15 feet. Rebound, Venus Lacey. Lacey doing a great job on the glass.
Long Beach getting the ball reversed. Look at their spacing, running their offense up high. And then the dribble penetration, but that's good defense right there. Katie Smith on the ball did not allow Beverly Williams to penetrate and score.
How physical is it getting?
Well, check out this action off the basketball. Look at Smith trying to fight over that screen. And then look, Tanya Edwards committing the foul, going for the basketball. Body's hitting the floor.
We talked to Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill before the game, who said basketball is a contact sport.
Well, there's no question about it. I mean, it's tougher than playing in the playgrounds right now out there.
Valerie still trying to talk to the official, saying, hey, it's getting rough under there. Ball was knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Stingrays with the shot clock at 7. Williams puts it on the floor, draws 2 defenders. Good box out by the Quest, Andrea Lloyd, and she is fouled.
That's just a great rebound by Andrea Lloyd. She had her back to the basket, and she still could come up with that basketball. Venus Lacey doesn't think she committed the foul.
Venus Lacey picks up her second personal foul. It is the team's first this half. Lisa Johnson on Tanya Edwards, who goes to her left hand, still tries to fight for the rebound. Debbie, there you see the size mismatch. 6'4" Griffith going against 6'1" Still.
Both players very physical down low, trying to occupy the block area. It's like Yolanda wants it, or Val wants it, and Yolanda's not going to give it to her. It's the same thing at the other end of the floor.
It was a jump ball situation, possession arrow Columbus. Still comes up with it, fires off the shot, and Valerie Still has turned it up a notch. She is emotional, pumping the fist in the air.
Look at Andrea Lloyd moving her feet, trying to get around Venus Lacey.
Still and Griffith just going at it. Griffith double teamed with the help by Andrea Lloyd.
Watch Valerie Still operate at the offensive end. She comes up with a loose ball and just sticks with it. Now watch the emotion. Check this out right here. Yes, she says that goes down, and it is hard to get an open look in this game because of the contact off the basketball.
Valerie Still was the MVP of the championship series last year. At 36 years old this year, she is the second oldest in the league. Still strong to the hole, and Valerie Still is fouled. You saw that halftime feature on Valerie Still. She did a wonderful job in the offseason on working on her conditioning of her body.
She's going to need that conditioning in this series because she and Andrea Lloyd, along with Venus Lacey and Yolanda Griffith, are just pounding each other inside.
Venus Lacey picks up her third personal foul. It is the team's second of the half. Sandra Tate checks back into the game for Columbus. Still over Naj. Lacey fighting for the rebound. Katie Smith comes through, and Venus Lacey is going to pick up her fourth personal foul.
Well, Maura McHugh would have rather had that foul be on Andrea Naj than have it on Lacey, and she better be careful. That's it right there. She's teed up. Maura McHugh trying to settle her down, and Venus Lacey such an emotional leader for this club. She don't want anybody touching her right now.
Venus Lacey with the technical foul. She said, my teammates feed off my emotion, but that perhaps is not the emotion they want to feed off of. Katie Smith, meanwhile, an 89% free throw shooter, second best in the ABL on the line.
Here's the danger also, getting that technical foul. Keeps the ball down this end with Columbus. They already have possession, but that gives Venus Lacey her 5th.
In the ABL, you get 6 personal fouls, so Lacey, who got into foul trouble in Game 2, scored just 7 points, is now in foul trouble in Game 3 with 10 points.
Wow! That is physical on the basketball right there. Shannon Johnson can't believe that there wasn't a call there. The things are getting a little out of control right here at both ends of the floor. Players are doing a little bit too much talking to the officials. Watch this foul right here. Lacey over the back. She ties up Katie Smith. Andrea Naj, who was really in better view of the official, could have very easily picked up that foul as well.
Naj, good look to find Yolanda Griffith. Well, Naj is 3rd in the ABL in assists, better than 6 per game, and that was a good look to Yolanda Griffith. Still back the other way. Griffith fighting for the rebound. Jump ball situation. Possession arrow, Long Beach. And Andrea Lloyd is slow getting up.
Well, this game has turned into a snail's pace. You can see how tough it is defensively at both ends of the floor.
Andrea Lloyd told us before the game, Debbie, I don't mind getting bumped and bruised as long as we win. When we lose 2 games like we did in Long Beach, those bumps and bruises hurt a little bit more.
Well, you know, you feel it the next morning in a game like this where everything is contested, every cut through the lane, every movement on the floor.
Griffith tries to use the glass, and we've got a whistle and a foul on Valerie Still. Now, as Still picks up her 3rd personal foul, Venus Lacey from the Long Beach Stingrays has left the bench to go to the locker room. So we'll try to keep you posted on what's going on with the Venus Lacey situation. She has got 5 personal fouls. Yolanda Griffith, 69% from the free throw line during the regular season.
Now has got to put this team on her back, and there's nobody else that would rather step up to the challenge than Yolanda Griffith. She doesn't mind playing in a hostile environment. She says playing overseas, you play in a hostile environment every night.
Played 3 years in Germany after playing at Florida Atlantic and was named the Division II Player of the Year. Sanja Tate. Shot clock is at 9 for Valerie Still. Tate turns and faces the basket off the dribble. Sanja Tate.
We know Sanja Tate is always called the spark plug for Columbus. She comes in and provides some defense and some rebounding, so any points that she gets just adds that much more strength off the bench.
Clarissa Davis-Wright still off the mark. And Edwards can't get a handle on it. It's going to stay with the Stingrays. Tempers are high, emotions are high. Game 3 of the ABL Championships at Battelle Hall.
I think for real, I don't think she's taking this off. I think she's going for it.
Sylvia Crawley, this is history in the making. The first ever women's professional basketball dunk, and she's doing it blindfolded.
After a loss, you swear that life can't get any worse. Then, you go to practice the next day.
What's wrong with you girls today?
Charlestown Register tomorrow. They won't say the team missed the winning shot. They won't say the team made the winning shot. Just hope they spell your name right.
Made of 100% rubber. Weighs just over 5 ounces. Looks pretty harmless.
The Devils visit the Carolina Hurricanes Thursday at 7:30 on Fox Sports New York 3. Be glad you're just watching.
Columbus leading Long Beach by 10 in the third quarter. Now, a viewer to ABL basketball might notice a lot of pushing and shoving. Andrea Lloyd for the Quest says it is physical in there.
It's very physical out there, and I think it's worse than playground basketball. There's constant contact. Everybody's very aggressive, and everybody's really wanting to win, and that is a combination that makes it very physical out there.
And there's no question that it's been physical. Every possession of the basketball has got to be valued because there's a lot of fouls called off the basketball in this game. A lot of bumping and a lot of shoving, and Venus Lacey has returned back to the floor with 5 personal fouls.
Field goal shooting for Long Beach, just 25%, and sadly enough, that might be the best all game for them.
Just tough to get in a rhythm offensively when it's so physical off the basketball.
Trish Stafford into the game for the Long Beach Stingrays. Andrea Naj takes to the air. Big rebound, Andrea Lloyd. So after saying how physical it is, she has turned it up a notch, gotten even a little more physical. Shannon Johnson from long distance. Griffith with the rebound. Beverly Williams looking for somebody to run with her.
One thing that would help Long Beach's shooting percentage tremendously would be if they could get some easy looks in transition. If they let Columbus get in that quarter court defense, it has been tough to score. They're very stingy in the quarter court D. There's absolutely no flow to this game at either end of the floor offensively for both clubs.
Foul is going to go against Andrea Lloyd, her 3rd personal foul. It is the team's 5th. Trish Stafford, a 72% free throw shooter, on the line. Long Beach making the most of opportunities on the line, Stafford included. She was released by the San Jose Blazers, assigned to Long Beach, and is just loving life in Long Beach, California. Tracy Thurgill into the game for the Columbus Quest.
We talked about Brian Agler going to his bench more in this game, and he's had to because of the physical style of play. It wears you down, that constant beating and the banging that goes on.
And Debbie, we should mention 3 times going into the half the Columbus Quest have led. Long Beach has made their run in the third quarter. They're not making quite the run yet in this game.
Long Beach has got to step it up and get some defensive stops. Mara McHugh asked her club to be a little tougher on the defensive end.
Edwards, 2 tries. Quest are going to get a 3rd try. Still. Yes! Valerie Still!
You can see the emotion by Yolanda Griffith following the basket. She knows she's got to get out there and contest Valerie Still from 15.
Brian Agler says Valerie Still must play well for us to win game 3. Lisa Johnson runs out of room. Another turnover for the Stingrays. Sanja Tate to Shannon Johnson. Has it blocked, and she is fouled by Tricia Stafford.
Lisa Johnson, the other end, got caught in no man's land trying to distribute the ball off the baseline. Once you leave your feet, Columbus defense just rotates and collapses on that. Because they turn it over the other end, Columbus is able to transition. Watch the hard foul. At least Tricia Stafford didn't let her score. Didn't send her to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. Wow, that's a hammer.
Andrea Lloyd back into the game for the Columbus Quest. So is Katie Smith. Smith playing with 4 personal fouls. Venus Lacey remains on the bench with 5 personal fouls for the Long Beach Stingrays. Now, Debbie, what will that do for Long Beach when they trail now by 11?
Well, Mara McHugh's going to have to make a decision when she feels like she can get Venus Lacey back in the basketball game. Probably wait till the 4th quarter. Try to make a run defensively with a quicker, smaller lineup on the floor, which is what she has in right now. When you go with Naj and Wilkerson and Johnson, that's like 3 point guards.
And Naj running the point, trying to push it ahead to Wilkerson, fouled from behind by Sanja Tate.
That's a foul that you don't want to commit. You want to get in front of the basketball, not trail it and try to tip it from behind. Now you add another foul to the personal fouls, and the next foul Columbus commits puts Long Beach in the bonus.
Naj and Johnson have been in a shoving match all game. Tracy Thurgill, good denied defense. That's what she did at the University of Washington. That's why Brian Agler wanted her.
She's got her whole body out in the passing lane, not just a hand. Columbus getting aggressive at the defensive end, and the crowd's starting to get back into it. Even the crowd kind of got out of their flow. They got lulled to sleep a little bit.
Naj, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nisa Johnson wide open. Wilkerson with the rebound. She can't get it to go. Long Beach getting plenty of looks. They just can't knock it down.
Long Beach had a good look from 3, just wasn't able to knock it down.
And we got a reset on the shot clock. Now that we've done that, Andrea Naz will inbound the basketball. Griffith, you said she needed to put the team on her back. She is not getting any room in the low post. Naj with the runner, and Naj is fouled.
Watching a lot of game tape on Columbus, you know that they're going to double team an on-the-ball screen. There you see Andrea Lloyd made the double team, and then she left. And when she left, Naj does the right thing, throws over the top of it to Nisa Johnson, who is wide open on the weak side. Long Beach has got to make that perimeter shot. Those are the shots that they made in games 1 and 2, and they're not making here in game 3.
Not making shots has really been the problem for Andrea Naj. She is averaging just about 2 points in this championship series, when on the regular season she's been averaging better than 7 points per game.
You see Mara McHugh talking to Venus Lacey, and Venus looks like she's got her head back in the basketball game. And I give Mara McHugh an awful lot of credit for the way that she has put together these personalities. She didn't draft this team, but she's put together a very competitive group that has a great will to win, and she understands their temperaments and their demeanors on the floor.
Katie Smith. Big rebound, Yolanda Griffith. And Debbie, every player we talk to for the Stingrays really admires Coach McHugh.
They all have positive things to say about her. They love the way she gets them prepared to play.
Let's send it over to Heather Cox. Heather?
Well, Tracy, during the last time out, there was a lot of off-court action that may affect how things play out. The Columbus trainer looked at Andrea Lloyd, checking her jaw after getting an elbow to the mouth. He cleared her to play. Coach Agler also had a discussion with the officials commenting on the physical play, and Long Beach's Venus Lacey was momentarily removed from the gym to cool off. All 3 issues could impact the final 12 minutes of this ball game.
Heather, great job. Venus Lacey having to leave the gym. She said, my team feeds off my emotion, but Mara McHugh said, how about you take some of that emotion out of the gym for a while?
I think Venus did the right thing, settled herself, got recollected, and now she came back out, and you can see she's cheering on her teammates. They need her leadership. They need her veteran experience. They also need her on the floor.
Griffith only 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She has had her problems from the charity stripe in this game. 44-36, 1 minute 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of game 3 of the ABL championship. Tracy Warren along with Debbie Antonelli, Heather Cox, and Olympian Dawn Stanley. If Columbus holds on to win, they force a game 4 Friday night. That game will be about 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports Net. Check your local listings for Game 4 Friday night. Smith guarded by Nisa Johnson. Lloyd Still's got room. Still's got range.
Valerie Still able to step out on the perimeter, showing her versatility. Long Beach has got to stick a hand in her face. It's too tough down there on the blocks. Valerie Still says, I want to step outside and get a couple baskets, get a couple easy looks.
Still had 15 points in game 1. Still has 12 points in game 2. Griffith, the steal, and Still the big rebound.
Yolanda Griffith's just not able to knock that down. And there's another foul on the basketball by Dana Wilkerson. That's going to put Columbus to the line. Watch the steal by Yolanda Griffith. She's open, doesn't convert. Gets her own miss, tries to stick it back up. Look at the rebound by Valerie Still, the expression on her face. It was a break for Columbus that Yolanda didn't knock that thing down.
And as Wilkerson picks up her second personal foul, she'll go to the bench. Beverly Williams back in and Shannon Johnson on the line. Columbus shooting 78% from the charity stripe in the regular season. Shannon Johnson, one of the better free throw shooters on the team, averaging 79% from the charity stripe.
Columbus looking to trap at midcourt. Naj getting the ball in the middle of the floor, exactly where you want to get it, and then they get the reversal.
Shot clock at 8. Lisa Johnson, runner to the lane.
Nice look by Nisa Johnson. Great head fake and penetration to the middle of the floor.
The Columbus lead is at 10. It was at 10 at halftime. A 6-second differential from shot and game clock. Valerie Still. Big rebound. We got a whistle and a foul.
Well, that is not option 1 for Columbus. They got the switch on the screen, on the ball. They need to look for the mismatch. Andrea Lloyd's mismatch against Bev Williams is not taking the 17-footer. It's take her down to the block.
Foul was on Sanja Tate. Her third personal foul. She will come out of the game. And Nisa Johnson goes to the line.
Nisa Johnson has very effectively done her job. 3 consecutive games. She makes free throws. She takes care of the basketball. She's a very good on-the-ball defender. And she can also knock down the perimeter shot.
She's got 5 points in this game. 11 points in game 2. Now for Nisa Johnson. An 8-point lead for Columbus. Edwards runs into traffic, and Beverly Williams, that is not what you wanted with under 11 seconds to go.
85 feet away from the basket, and Beverly Williams gets up too close to Tanya Edwards.
That will be her 4th personal foul.
Does not like the call.
And Williams, not only with 4 personal fouls, just 8 points after averaging better than 16 points the first 2 games of this championship series. Edwards, the miss. Long Beach throws it away. Stafford regains composure, pushes it up. Nisa Johnson to Beverly Williams. And Griffith can't get it to go. The Long Beach Stingrays have cut into the Quest lead thanks to the helps of Nisa Johnson, but the Quest lead heading into the 4th quarter.
Hello. Hello. I just enrolled my company in this healthcare plan, and I need some information on a small procedure.
Oh, fine. Just wait a moment, and we can call Debbie at Central.
Debbie? Who's Debbie? My doctor's not Debbie.
You love Debbie. Debbie's at your healthcare company. She's in charge of your health.
Is she a doctor?
No, but she's really nice. She was a cheerleader. And as long as Debbie's been at your healthcare company, no one here has ever missed a birthday card.
I want my doctor.
Well, we could just ask Debbie.
Is your business healthcare plan all that it should be? Or is Debbie making important decisions about your healthcare? With HIP coverage, doctors make healthcare decisions, not administrators. Call your broker or call HIP at this number for information about our affordable small business plans, including plans in New York that let you choose any doctor, anywhere. Call and get a 10-minute prepaid long-distance calling card and our free brochure on small business plans. This offer expires soon, so call now.
Debbie wants you to leave now.
So where do you get your health care?
It's HIP.
Road and Track called the distinctively redesigned Mazda 626 the best-kept secret in its class. But when you have a car that's this striking, it's bound to attract a lot of attention. The all-new Mazda 626, complete with built-in zoom. See yourself in the Mazda 626 for only $219 a month.
The Mets are on Fox Sports New York. This high-rising club is making its move uptown. With a power surge sure to light up the Manhattan skyline and an outstanding infield of Alfonso, Olaru, and Ordonez. They're giving these games some fun, city style. The Mets, all season long on Fox Sports New York. Home team's Fox attitude. Home team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports New York.
At the beginning of the fourth quarter, Long Beach up by 8. They've actually outscored the Columbus Quest in both the second and the third quarters, but an uphill battle, still down by 8. Joined now by Olympian Don Staley. Don, with just 1 quarter left to play, what does Long Beach have to do to win this one?
Long Beach has to continue to be patient with the basketball, work the ball around the middle, and attack the inside. I think they've been successful doing that, and they must match their defensive intensity.
Have you been surprised at how physical this game has been so far?
It's pretty physical, but that's the type of play Columbus has, and you have to match it, or else you'll lose.
All right, Don, thanks for your input. Tracy and Debbie, back to you.
I think Don makes a very valid point about being patient with the basketball and getting it inside. Long Beach got away from that in the third quarter, and part of that reason is because of Columbus's very stingy defense on the perimeter.
Meanwhile, on the offensive end, 3 Columbus Quest players in double-figure scoring, just 1 for Long Beach. That is Venus Lacey, who remains on the bench with 5 personal fouls. Lisa Johnson. The Columbus lead is at 8. Johnson tries the runner, and she is fouled.
What Columbus is challenged to do is to play tough defense without fouling. Long Beach is killing them in this series at the free throw line, and they're still getting to the line more than Columbus in this basketball game. Long Beach has got 40 points right now. 22 of them come from the free throw line.
Katie Smith picks up her 5th personal foul, so another troubled day for Smith. Just 3 points, 1 rebound, and now her 5th personal foul. Lisa Johnson trying to get it done. The backcourt for Long Beach of the charity stripe, 15 of 15.
That's pretty tough to top right there. When they're getting to the line, they're penetrating the middle of the floor, and what Columbus needs to do is to stop letting them penetrate to the middle, because then when they get to the middle, they're fouling them. Long Beach has been very aggressive with the basketball in this game, and they need to continue to do that and continue to establish Yolanda Griffith down on the blocks. Yolanda has had more field goal attempts in this game than the other 2, but most of those are offensive rebounds. They're not getting her the ball in the offense.
Debbie would...
Mara McHugh saying, Mara McHugh eats tape, by the way. I mean, she watches film breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Griffith has got room. Good look by Andrea Naj. And here comes the run by the Long Beach Stingrays. They win this game. They win their first ever ABL championship. It would be a first championship for an expansion franchise.
Look at the way Long Beach runs the floor. When you've got 6'4" Yolanda Griffith at the other end of that pass on the break, you know she's going to convert.
The 9th point for Griffith, along with 14 rebounds. If Columbus should hold on to win this game, we will have a Game 4 Friday night here at Patel Hall. That game's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check your local listings, and if there is a Game 5 in this best-of-5 series, that will be Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Debbie, Long Beach making a run. What do the Quest need to do to put the brakes on this Stingray run?
Well, they've got to stop dribble penetration first and foremost, because they are fouling Long Beach when they drive to the middle. They've got to be patient at the offensive end. I'm not talking about taking ticks off the clock. I mean working the ball, making Long Beach play half-court defense and trying to break them down. When Columbus has penetrated off the dribble, they've found success as well. They just got to do a better job of setting up their man, using the screens, and getting a better look offensively.
And the Stingrays are making their run with Clarissa Davis-Wright-Still and Venus Lacey on the bench.
Again, Mara McHugh is going with that smaller lineup, which is very defensive-minded.
Steal by Stafford, but Quest regain the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson into Edwards, triple team. Still's got to get it up. Can't get it to go. Johnson fires up the prayer. Shot clock violation.
That's just a great defensive stop by Long Beach. You can see them reacting. Their bench is fired up, keeping the emotion high over there as they make their run.
And they said we have to match the intensity of the Columbus Quest.
Look at the spacing. Long Beach's got the overload for Bev Williams.
Naj, she's got room. Trish Stafford. Yolanda Griffith trying to find the room. Naj puts it on the floor. No whistle. Griffith in the battle, and Griffith is fouled.
It's unbelievable what's going on underneath in the paint, underneath the basket. It is so physical in there.
Foul is on Andrea Lloyd, her 4th personal foul. Katie Smith checks back into the game, playing with 5 personal fouls. And you can hear Mara McHugh in the background pointing to Katie Smith, saying she's got 5 fouls. Take a look at the numbers for Katie Smith, who on the regular season averages 17 points per game. This series averaging 7 points per game. Tonight, just 3.
Well, what Katie Smith needs to do is not worry so much about her shooting. She's off. She has not played well offensively in terms of shooting the basketball. But what she can do and where she is so valuable to this team is her versatility. She's a good defender. Although she's got 5 fouls, she's got to play without committing that foul. That 6th foul, but also offensively, she can set some screens. She can move without the ball. She can occupy the weak side defense. She can distribute the basketball. There are other ways that she can help this team.
Meanwhile, Yolanda Griffith is having her troubles at the free throw line as the Long Beach Stingrays will help any way they can. Little divine intervention. And prayer on the sidelines. Now, the 3rd straight double-double for Griffith, who now has 10 points to go along with her 14 rebounds.
She's been playing fantastic in this series and doing it at both ends of the floor.
Lloyd, guarded by Trish Stafford, faces the basketball. The basket, and Yolanda Griffith picks up the foul. The 3rd personal foul for Yolanda Griffith. Both teams in the bonus. So Andrea Lloyd, an 80% free throw shooter, goes to the line.
You can see as this game has worn on that transition buckets are a rarity. Getting to the free throw line has been very important. And taking care of the basketball is equally as important.
Every free throw counts for the Columbus Quest. They now lead by 5. Andrea Lloyd, 8 points to go along with her 8 rebounds. Naj to the hole. Lloyd fighting for the rebound, still comes down with with the basket. Shannon Johnson, crossover dribble. How about that?
That is strong.
And Nisa Johnson trying to answer. Stafford is fouled. Shannon Johnson just single-handedly thread the needle for the Columbus Quest.
Look at Johnson, shoulders forward. She is power dribbling down the floor. Strong crossover to the hoop. Lays it in.
Trish Stafford, 72% from the free throw line, had played for 4 different countries before playing for the ABL. Trish Stafford is happy to be playing with the Long Beach Stingrays. The Quest lead is at 5. Still to Tanya Edwards. Edwards off the dribble, still with the rebound. And Valerie still has turned it up a notch. Yolanda Griffith guarding Katie Smith. And away from the ball, we've got a foul.
There are 2 mentally tough competitors going at it. Even the point guards are beating each other up in this game. Watch this action off the ball.
Isn't that like 2 goalies in hockey going at it?
Andrea Nod is saying Shannon Johnson's holding on her arm. She might have had something to say there.
And Andrea Nod will come out of the basketball game. Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill checks back in.
These 2 teams are so competitive. Laura McHugh having a few words for Andrea Naj, trying to settle her down. A lot of calls off the basketball tonight.
With Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill back into the game, she and Williams combined for an average of 31 points scored between the 2 of them. Tonight combined, they have 11 points, with Davis-Wrightstill just 3.
Look at Trish Stafford working hard, trying to get Katie Smith's 6th foul.
Nisa Johnson gets the roll.
That's where Nisa Johnson is so valuable off the bench. She can penetrate to the middle and has more size than Andrea Naj for the point guard spot.
Shannon Johnson into Still. Good steal for Valerie Still.
That's just perfect timing. Valerie Still holds her position until the pass gets past the defender, and then she releases.
14 points now for Still. That's 1 better than a regular season average. Nisa Johnson triple teamed. And the Quest come up with the basketball. The Quest riding a 21-game home win streak here at Patel Hall. Have never lost to a Western Conference opponent. Tanya Edwards in the mix.
Great patience and excellent execution. Columbus knows Long Beach is going to switch on that fade screen. Stafford gets the matchup with Edwards, and Edwards buries it.
The Long Beach Stingrays call timeout. We've got a break in the action in the 4th quarter. Columbus leading 57-49.
Hey, Edna, you there?
I'm here, Spencer. How you doing?
I'm great. Hey, you played in the dime with DMX?
I have, and it's great.
Can you feel that air moving, cushioning, stabilizing your feet?
Yeah, especially when I'm getting ready to steal the ball, and I have to be up on my toes and anticipate and ready to go in any direction. I feel it.
That air's there when you need it.
Definitely. The shoe feels comfortable.
Wait a minute. It's called the dime. It's my shoe.
Let's see what you've got. Bring it on.
I'm bringing it. Come on, Spence. You drive.
We can take my truck.
Most of us pay a lot of attention to our physical selves. But the truth is, if we want to enjoy every stage of our lives, we need to pay attention to our fiscal selves, too. At the Phoenix, our fiscal fitness program can help you put together the right combination of insurance and investments to stay in good financial shape for a lifetime. Phoenix, insurance, and investments.
Behind every great man, there stands a greater man.
Good morning. He's got a head like luggage, yeah. He's got his own climate. Oh, please don't say fee-fi-fo-fum.
Castle Rock Entertainment presents a comedy of incredible proportions.
I have a question.
Yes, Emperor.
How big is your...
Billy Crystal,
You must know. I don't know.
My Giant, rated PG. At theaters Friday, March 27th.
This is for Coach Brannigan, who kept me in that game. And for all the kids who voted for me. For my family, who said there isn't anything I can't do. And for myself, who believes
Columbus hanging on to an 8-point lead, trying to take this series to a 4th game. The difference in games 1 and 2 had to be free throw shooting for Long Beach, especially in the second half. The difference in this game, they are not getting to the line as often as they'd like to, and credit Columbus defense. Columbus has done a phenomenal job keeping Long Beach out of the paint and outside of the middle of the court, forcing turnovers and bad shots. Looking at the numbers, only 11 of 14 in the second half. The percentage is great for the Stingrays, but they haven't had enough trips to the line. Tracy and Deb.
Well, half of Long Beach's points in this basketball game right now are from the free throw line. They've got 27 of their 49 points.
Venus Lacey back into the game, playing with 5 personal fouls. Yolanda Griffith is also into the game, so we'll see what this tandem can do for the Long Beach Stingrays. If they're going to make a run, Debbie, this seems to be the time.
And you got to have Venus on the floor, and there she is right now. Katie Smith with 5 fouls going up against Venus Lacey, and Long Beach does the right thing. They get the ball right inside to the big girl.
6-point lead now for the Quest. Smith has it blocked. Griffith pushes it ahead, and it's Shannon Johnson that beats Lisa Johnson for the basketball. Johnson guarding Johnson. Still guarded by Venus Lacey. Shot clock is at 9 for the Quest. Still threads the needle. Lacey, her 7th rebound.
Now what Long Beach needs to do is wait for Venus to get down to the box and let her post up.
Katie Smith guarding Yolanda Griffith. Big rebound, Shannon Johnson, who runs into traffic, and Yolanda Griffith is going to pick up her 4th personal foul.
Now I can understand pressuring the ball handler off the rebound, but when it's the point guard, I think you want to get back down the floor and play some defense. Yolanda didn't think she picked up that foul, but she did leave the lead in steals. Watch this last possession. Katie Smith's got 5 fouls. She's fronting Venus Lacey. All Lacey does is turns and seals, pins Smith up high, receives the lob pass, and puts it off the glass. So Lacey has come in this basketball game, has already contributed a field goal and a rebound since the 5:51 mark.
Johnson can't get it done. She was shooting 7 of 9 from the free throw line before that miss.
Look at how big the court looks with Long Beach on the floor because of their spacing. Clarissa Davis coming off the double screen.
Shot clock at 5. Lisa Johnson. Yes! How about Lisa Johnson? She's now got a dozen points for the Stingrays.
Columbus has not been able to contain her dribble penetration.
She has been a great find and a great trade from the Atlanta Glory. Tanya Edwards goes baseline. Another rebound, Yolanda Griffith. So now with Griffith and Lacey in the game, you're seeing the board control that the Stingrays are so good at.
Long Beach has done a good job of locking up Columbus the last 2 possessions defensively.
Lacey. Griffith with the rebound. Griffith with the putback. The Quest lead has been whittled to 2.
Long Beach is locking them up defensively. What Columbus needs to do is get a good set offensively and get a good look at the basket.
Katie Smith. Yes!
might be what Katie Smith needed to break her out of that shooting slump. Make a big bucket like that and take that clutch shot.
Traveling violation. If the Columbus Quest can hold on and win, we will go to Game 4 Friday night. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports Net.
Look at the screen by Andrea Lloyd to free up Katie Smith. She had plenty of time to square, to go up straight on her shot and get the bottom of the net.
Smith frees herself up again. That was all Katie Smith.
That was great movement without the basketball. It's the little detail things.
And thanks to Valerie Still, it's Columbus Quest basketball, and Mara McHugh wants a 22nd timeout. Don't walk up and up and push the ball up, hit the wing for a passing game. What are you looking at out there? Get the ball up the court. Come on. Dylan, they got the ball. Push the ball up. Take it right to the wing. Bring it right into the high bars. Look for your weak side wing. Don't walk on offense. Okay? Defense. Yes. Switch on the bench. Yes. Come on. Come on now. Dig down. Dig down. Come on.
Pretty fired up Long Beach huddle. Mara McHugh wants her team to push the ball. She wants the ball to get to the high post area because they've got a couple options. They got the weak side reversal, as well as they've got Yolanda Griffith that they can dump it down inside to. Defensively, look for them to switch on all screens. Not just the post-to-post screens. Mara McHugh said switch on everything.
2 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in Game 3 of the ABL Championship. Quest lead by 6. Katie Smith again finds room, and Katie Smith is going to work.
Well, if she was going to pick a time to break out of that slump, this is the time right now. It's the last 3 possessions down the floor. Columbus has looked to go to her. Her movement off the basketball. See, that's what I'm talking about for Katie Smith, to do the little things. Do other things to help bring her offensive game around, moving without the ball, setting screens. And she's doing that, and her teammates will find her.
It was Katie Smith who was looked to pick up the scoring slack when Nikki McCrae left the team after a year, and after the first ever ABL championship, it is Katie Smith who has responded.
Katie elevated her play, as well as Tanya Edwards and Valerie Still. Brian Edwards says they're a much more unselfish team.
Quickly here, Deb, the offensive philosophy of the Stingrays.
Well, they want to get the space and get the ball to the high post area and look for the reversal.
Lacey caught in traffic, and a foul against Tanya Edwards.
And Columbus defensively does not want a foul. Long Beach is a very good free throw shooting team. We've seen that in the last 2 games, how good they are at getting to the line and making them. You want to contest everything, but you don't want to stop the clock. And Venus Lacey's been an excellent free throw shooter in the clutch.
Long Beach would love to go home winning Game 3 and their first ever ABL championship. It only gets tougher in Battelle Hall. The rebound. The Quest lead at 6.
Mara McHugh does not want to think about fouling right here. They want to play good defense and come up with a stop.
They've been going to Katie Smith. She has been the go-to girl, fighting with Beverly Williams for position underneath, and that may be Katie Smith's 6th personal foul. There was just pushing and shoving going on all the time on the low blocks.
Another look at it down low. Look at the position and the push for the basketball. Beverly Williams and Katie Smith, 2 of the stronger guards in this league, going right at it. The official on the baseline calls it on Smith.
So Katie Smith, 9 8 points, 6 personal fouls, has fouled out for the second game in a row. Beverly Williams trying to cut into that lead.
They look for Maura McHugh off these made free throws to maybe think about that trapping half-court defense that she's run, that scramble. They don't want to foul.
The Quest lead is at 4. Williams now in double figures. Lloyd, timeout.
Smart play by Andrea Lloyd. A great job of Long Beach to switch up the D off the made free throw to get into a face guard situation full court.
What we're going to do, we're throwing long right here. All right, Sanja's here. Give me Shannon here, Sanja, Tanya, Bow right here. You break up, Sanja here, Shannon going long, and you guys got to get open. We have one timeout left. On 3, 1, 2, 3, Quest.
Diagramming the out-of-bounds play, and Maura McHugh may look to switch it up.
Okay? Remember, we're in a bonus, and they don't want to foul anybody in the post. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hey, we have one timeout left, and that's it.
Both teams with one timeout. Both teams in the bonus.
151. If Long Beach can gain the lead and hold on, they win the ABL title. The Quest fighting for survival, trying to force a game 4. Lloyd looking for Valerie Still against Lacey. Edwards has got room. 5 on the shot clock. Edwards, a falling down Beverly Williams.
Long Beach wants to push it. They want to look to attack the basket.
Johnson, stutter step. Into Lacey, who can't hold on, and here comes the Quest. Shannon Johnson's got the speed. 2 on 2. Sanja take.
Maura McHugh has one timeout. She doesn't want to use it right here. She wants to get something penetrating to the lane.
Andrea Naj launches the 3.
Now they got a foul. It's an 8-point basketball game. You have to foul. That was a big offensive possession for Long Beach.
Foul is on Andrea Naj, her 5th personal foul. And Andrea Lloyd, an 80% free throw shooter, will try to ice this game and close the door. Maura McHugh making a couple substitutions here, perhaps to save for game 4. Jenny Ruff checks in for the first time. And Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill back into the game, and she will spell Beverly Williams. Free throw shooting for both of these teams. Columbus 14 of 21.
And Jenny Ruff in the basketball game for her 3-point shooting ability. And on the floor for Long Beach, you've got Clarissa Davis, Nisa Johnson, and Jenny Ruff that can all bury the tray. So Columbus is going to have to guard the 3-point line without fouling.
Andrea Lloyd now in double figures with 10. The Quest lead is at 10. Johnson, she's a 3-point shooter. So is Davis-Wrightstill. Yes, for 3! She shoots 34% from 3-point land, and Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill converts from long distance.
What a big basket that was. Clarissa Davis-Wrightstill knows the scouting report on her. She can come off of screens and knock them down, and she certainly did in that possession.
Meanwhile, Andrea Lloyd trying to get it done. She has talked about retirement. She doesn't want to go home. She doesn't want to retire without a second straight ABL championship ring. In order to do that, they need to win this game 3 and force game 4 Friday night, 7 o'clock here at Battelle Hall. Ruff off her foot.
And now Maura McHugh IQ is substituting for defensive purposes when you bring Dana Wilkerson and Andrea Naj in the game, although both have the ability to knock it down from three-point land.
Quest with the 9-point lead. And the crowd saying, let's go Quest. Lloyd looking to inbound the basketball. Edwards quickly pushes it up, and Tanya Edwards is fouled before the shot.
That's a good foul by Dana Wilkerson. Make Columbus earn it at the line.
Debbie, it was the championship series this time last year. The Quest came back behind 2-1 to defeat the then Richmond Rage. Can they do it down 2-0 to defeat this Long Beach Stingrays team?
Well, they certainly started out this first quarter with making a major impact with their defense. Long Beach has got a lot of talent. They've been playing very confidently.
Mallory still with the steal. She's got a 2-on-1, and Shannon Johnson very alertly is going to push it back out. Picks up her 6th personal foul. And Lacey out of the game now with 13 points.
Columbus did a great job of spacing and moving the basketball. Trying not to be fouled. More important, let the ticks go off the clock than to put points on the board at the line. But now these players are going to get a day off to rest before Game 4, and I think their bodies are going to need it. The beating and the banging off the basketball tonight was taken to a new level.
Debbie, Brian Agler said, we haven't played Quest basketball yet. We have to play fearless. We have to up the intensity. Have you seen them play like they are capable of playing?
I did see them do it in the first quarter when their defense was relentless. They have that steal, score mentality, and when they get going on that, they can be really tough to stop because they come at you so quickly. But Long Beach handled the pressure in the first 2 games at home. They just have to be more patient in their offense.
Davis Wrightsville looking from long distance, has it tipped. We are going to have a Game 4 in this ABL championship, and that will be Friday night, 7 o'clock here at Patel Hall. The Columbus Quest have won Game 3 of the ABL championship, 70-61. The series now, Long Beach 2-1 over the Columbus Quest. We've got a break in the action. We're coming back to the Patel Hall with the Columbus Quest beat the Long Beach Stingrays 70-61.